Hey, hey, hey. What is it, Brody? What is it? What happened? What happened? Hey, 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 everyone. Hi, Meredith. Hey, family. Hey, guys. Good to see ya. Giving it a few minutes until some folks join us here. My hair is stuck. So my dogs, and I've heard this from other pet owners, have gotten increasingly needy, like so super needy. They are on top of me all day, every day. This guy is the other one, on top of me. Oh, and it is just becoming too much. I never thought I'd say this because I love and adore my dogs. No pointy hair sticking up. My hair's a giant mess. I love my dogs to pieces, but I need a break. This must be what like parents feel like. She's kicking me from behind. See? A little piggy. This must be what parents feel when they're home with their kids all the time. Because I need a break from these guys. Like, I love them so much. They're the world. I never thought I'd get tired of them, but I am like so tired of them. I was working today, and I'm on my computer at my desk, and Brody is just next to me whining, just crying and whining. And he just wanted to be pet. All he wanted was for me to pet him, and the entire day he was just whining. So it's too much. I need a vacation from these pups. And my friend Kirsten, actually, you guys know Kirsten. Danny, hi Danny, hi Karina, Kimberly. Danny, my Lilo, is overwhelming right now, a border collie mix. It's insanity. It's just insanity. Kirsten and her friend found a bunch of kittens on a porch, and the kittens are the cutest thing in the world, and she's trying to get me to take one, and everybody that has a clue is telling me don't do it because of my dogs. Hi, Kimberly. But, so I'm probably not. At first, I was like, I'm going right now to pick up these stinking cats, but not doing it too much. So how's everyone doing today? I don't want to talk about the weather. I don't want to say it's gloomy. Hey, Jake, because that's like fluff, when I don't know what to talk about as like an icebreaker. I use fluff, and I feel like weather is fluff, unless the sun is shining, because I always like bright skies, but sort of fluff to fill up empty space. Meredith, mine do that too. They each have their deluxe step-ups and the plush dining table chairs on either side of me, but they sit there and whine. Last couple of days, Frisbee has insisted on laying on my lap. Seems like everyone's pets have been extra needy. Yeah, super needy. Karen, hey, Karen just joined us. Chris, hi guys. Kimberly, my Pippin and Nia are going nuts. Not Nia, sorry, that's one of my other dogs. Nina. Nina is worse. She keeps barking if anyone comes near me. I adore them, but girl, like, I don't even know what's going on with these dogs. But they need to get away. Ooh, trapped you. They need to get away because this is too much. And for all you guys that are on, Karen is doing yoga at 6 o'clock from your living rooms. So make sure you tune in. She is absolutely amazing, and I just love her class. If you can't make the 6 o'clock, don't fret. The videos are going to be recorded and are going to be on Facebook and also on our YouTube channel. We now have a YouTube channel, Fancy Pants, getting up there in the world. So make sure you check her out. Today, I've been reading out of this book, for those of you that have seen the last couple of days, Melody Beatty, Journey to the Heart. It's a daily meditation. And I just love today's meditation. Love, love, love it so much. It's called Give Yourself a Break, and it's so very needed. Karen, yay. So I'm just going to read it to you guys. It starts with, learn to appreciate yourself and others. Oh, I preach that all the time. Self-love, self-care, gratitude. That one sentence kind of wraps it all up. Hey, Nikki. Knowing we desire growth and improvement is one thing. Constantly driving ourselves and others is another. Maybe the answer isn't that we need to do better, try harder, push more. Maybe the answer is recognizing and appreciating how well we already do things, how hard we try, how much we have done, how well others are doing too. And that is so, so huge for me. Because I talk about too being so focused on the goal that we miss the process, and I really feel like that speaks to that. You know, it's not about we got to try harder, we got to keep working, keep moving. Like, it's not about the daily grind, right? The daily grind is going to kill us, you know. I think it's more about the process, the journey, acknowledging our growth. Because it's in the day-to-day moments, the daily growth, appreciating ourselves, where we really flourish, you know, and beating ourselves up for not being enough, not doing enough, for needing to do better, having those expectations on other people, right? We've talked about that. They're not working harder. Well, maybe, just maybe, we're all doing the very best we can. And today that might look different than tomorrow. And tomorrow it might look different than the next day. Pushing ourselves can become so habitual that we deny ourselves any feeling of satisfaction. No matter how well or how much we do, the urge to try harder, do better, do more keeps pushing us on. It doesn't let us rest. We still feel it isn't quite good enough. And I can definitely get that. I can definitely relate that. It becomes habitual. You know, if I'm not busy, I don't know what to do with myself because I'm so used to like constantly grinding, and it's worn me out. And I've really appreciated, even though I'm still pretty busy during the day and I'm working just as much, I appreciate being home and being able to just sit, you know, because whereas at work on my breaks, right, breaks for meetings or this or that, I socialize with other people and I'm not really focusing on myself. You know, I'm not taking a minute to reflect and see how well I've done or how far I've come. And again, that's not conceit, you know, that's just really acknowledging our worth and seeing and recognizing our worth. If you've been pushing yourself that hard, you may need more than a coffee break. Take a real break. Give yourself permission to put that drive aside. Quiet that part of you that wants to do more, be more, accomplish more. Learn to value how well you do things, even if no one else sees or appreciates your efforts. Isn't that beautiful? Because it's not about seeking validation from others. It's not about getting recognition, right? It's internal. It's about ourselves seeing our own growth and our own worth, and our own effort, right? Applaud your own efforts and the efforts of those you love. For today and for 1 week, instead of demanding more from yourself, tell yourself how well you've done. For today and for 1 week, instead of demanding more from those around you, tell them that they are doing well too. And tell yourself how well you do. You may discover you're doing better than you thought. And I think that was such a great reading. I've really been into this book a lot for a couple of reasons, but I'll share that with you. But so this idea of like we're enough, right? Doesn't it all go back to gratitude, to self-acceptance, self-love, and this idea that we're enough, you know, that we're doing our very best and we're perfect just the way we are, right? Perfectly imperfect. And just to shout out some faces, I see Emily is on, Matt. Hi, Maria. Hi, Karen. Kurt, good to see you. Dennis, hello. Hi, everyone. So this idea that we're absolutely enough, and this idea, this thought to pause and really acknowledge how well we're doing, how far we've come, see the growth and the experiences, and notice how we're so much different. And I'm different than I was yesterday, than I was the day before, and I'll be different tomorrow, just based off of my experiences today. I'm always seeking new perspectives, new kind of knowledge, and many of the conversations I had today opened me up to different thoughts, different schools of thoughts that I didn't have when I started the day. So, Charlton, hi, good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're staying safe. I don't know if you guys have been activated, but I know the units here are all around the state doing some great work to protect the rest of us. So, going back to expressing our gratitude, expressing our appreciation, not just for ourselves, but for others. If you have a child, if you have a partner or parent that you've just been pushing and pushing and pushing, take a minute to acknowledge how hard they're trying, how well they're doing. Those little acts of kindness, those little words, just go a really long way. I know for me, I really seek validation from other people, and I'm only as good as what I could produce. And that's kind of this irrational or delusion that I have. So if I'm not producing, if I'm not constantly working, if I'm not doing X, Y, and Z, then I'm just not enough. I'm not good enough. The expectations I set for myself can be super high. And I don't really kind of appreciate how far I've come, right? And it's so funny because if you look back 6-7 years ago, right, when I first entered recovery, I wasn't capable of anything. You guys wouldn't want to be around me. And I'm sure some of you, can relate to that experience. So if I have a screw up today, if I do something I'm upset about or I didn't like, it is leaps and bounds from how I used to be. It is leaps and bounds from the kind of life I led. Even having the thought of others, having the thought to acknowledge someone's strength, acknowledge my own strength, that was foreign to me. I don't know if it was this morning or I think it was this morning, talking about kind of some of the things that recovery, like the gifts of recovery. Before entering recovery, I thought I was a nice person, but when you put it on paper, I was just a really sick person. I wasn't, looking to do stuff for other people. I wasn't thinking about other people. I was putting myself in situations that like a woman with dignity and grace wouldn't do, and today I don't act that way. And so if nothing else, if I have a crap day, right, if I make mistakes, if I do all sorts of stuff, I at least am able to carry myself and have dignity and grace, if nothing else, that is huge for me. So it's important to acknowledge even those smaller, right, smaller, which is actually huge, but acknowledge those things. So on a day that I may not be feeling grateful, if I think back, I have a whole lot to be grateful for, right? So much to be grateful for. Maria wrote that little bit of encouragement, recognition sometimes is all that people need to move forward. It's just these little tiny acts of kindness. They go a really long way. Oh, did any of you guys do the 5 things you're grateful for? Send a message to your friends with the 5 things you're grateful for about them. I'm curious if you carried that over into your day. Just knowing that someone's thinking about you can be so impactful. In addiction, it's so isolating. And that perception of isolation currently, and for some can mimic addiction, active addiction, when we're alone, physically alone, or disconnected, and all these different things. So that little act of saying, hey, I'm thinking about you, or hey, these are the 5 things I'm grateful for about you, can make a world of difference. It builds that little bit of connection that was sometimes, for whatever reason, lacking before. So I always challenge challenge you guys to do these little random acts of kindness, and to stay safe out there. You know, we're all fighting a struggle that some people may not know about, right? We're all going through it in our own way, and it's unique to us. And it's important to acknowledge it and not, ignore or discount or push it away, or like with giving yourself a break, not saying like, you idiot, keep pushing or keep moving forward, but saying like, hey, I'm struggling, I gotta keep working, but just for today or just for right now, I gotta take care of me. Kurt wrote, much of my newest thoughts come from putting less expectations on the outcome of situations. I believe in the natural way it will be without force. Absolutely. I find that when I'm really fighting something or fighting for something, if I just like ease up and get my like hook out of it, it'll unfold exactly as it should. And there's that fine line of like, right, the reading we had, I don't know, a week or two ago, like, are you fighting for or fighting against something or living for something? That little nuance is really huge, right? Because when I'm fighting against something, I'm fighting to kind of push my agenda. Usually I burn out. It uses way too much energy. It takes away from my peace. And it doesn't end the way I want it to, right? And when I'm living for something, it's different, because I'm aware and I listen to kind of the guidance or the messages or the intuition, and I let things happen. I don't just sit back, right, Kurt? Because that's not what you're saying. I don't just sit back and let things happen to me. I put in the work. I take the action that needs to be taken, but I let go of the outcome. I just do my part, and the rest kind of unfolds as it should. Andrea, hi, beautiful. Good to see you. Dean, Tony, hey, you guys. Good to see you, Tony. Thanks for all the work you're doing over at Veterans Outreach Center. I follow your posts, and I just love what you do. Absolutely. Yeah. So what did I do today? I don't know what I did today. Yes. Today was one of those days where I definitely needed that little reading. I definitely needed some acknowledgement, right? Self-acknowledgement of my own kind of progress and strengths. There's certain things, they're work-related, I guess personal life too. I'm not where I had wanted to be, right? Like if I take a snapshot and in this point in time, not quite where I had wanted to be, but I'm in such a different place than I ever thought I would be. I hear that a lot with people in recovery or from people in recovery. Maybe I wanted my life to look a little bit different, my personal life to look a little bit different, my, I don't know, home life, professional life, whatever it is, right? Like I maybe envisioned something different. But what I have today, just acknowledging how great it really is, acknowledging that like, hey, lay off, cut yourself some slack. You're doing the best you can, and that's enough. You're enough, Andrea, I always mean to get on here at 5:30, and I always come in the middle. I have to start putting it in my calendar. I think if you go to our events, because this is listed as an event, and you say like either hit interested or going, it's going to actually notify you. I don't know if it notifies you when it's happening or if it gives you a heads up. Hey, Mary Jo. Hi, I miss your beautiful face. Hey, Daniel. Hey, good to see you. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm really glad we reached out the other day, and you're back at it, back on the recovery scene, kicking butt, right? What is it? Kissing babies, taking names, something like that. All right, what time is it? Okay, so Karen is coming up next with a wonderful yoga sesh. I miss you, Mary Jo. And a wonderful yoga session coming to you in the comforts of your living room. So make sure, Rule 62, hi Cindy, make sure that you tune in. It's at 6 o'clock. If you have to go, I understand. You could catch her on our under videos on our Facebook page. They stay recorded. Also our YouTube channel. So Karen's going to be doing a 30-minute gentle yoga practice, which is going to be wonderful. And just continue to love yourself, love others. Continue to remind yourself that you are enough, that you are perfectly imperfect and are exactly where you need to be. So I love hanging with you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. I look forward to this. I hate Zoom, by the way. I hate Zoom. So this is at least this is not Zoom, right? It's a little brain fart. Tony, keep smiling, everyone. We got this. We sure do. We sure do. We're in this together. We got this together. This is cake. We'll be good. As long as you stay responsible and stay safe out there. All right, guys. Love you lots. See you tomorrow. Tune in for yoga. That's coming up. Oh, and a huge shout out to Eric Fitzpatrick, one of our peers. If you guys missed it, Spectrum News featured him yesterday. We have a program in the treatment courts. Since we went virtual, the courts aren't really in session. So we actually have a peer mentoring program as well as a peer group program for those that are justice involved in the treatment courts. And Judge Denalfo was so pleased with the work we're doing. He reached out to Spectrum and wanted to feature a program. So Eric, who is our peer outreach and engagement specialist and is a treatment court graduate, is now a peer running groups for our justice involved treatment court community. Super excited. Check out Spectrum News. Check out yoga. I don't want to run over into Karen's time, so be well. Lots of love. Love you, Mary Jo. Love you guys. Bye, Jake. Bye, everyone. See ya.